Talk about what?
So my question is, when you refer to the teaching of loving the other person from their point of view, where does that teaching originate from? Where's its origins?
From me.
Huh.
For me, it just seems to make sense. I don't remember anybody ever telling me that, but it just seemed to make sense.
And so when you, my follow-up question to that is, if I'm, let's say, loving someone from their point of view, just in a state of love and neutrality, not to say that their point of view is right or wrong or bad or good, would you say that in that teaching, that regardless of what someone's point of view is, to love them regardless? Or I'm curious how you would navigate if someone's point of view to you.
I think you have to give an example of something that stumps you.
An example, I guess just a very vague example would be that I'll give the example anyway. I believe I received the answer in just listening, but if someone's point of view, let's take an example of the point of view of the Trump shooter. The shooter, I know that's a very exaggerated point of view, but would you love that individual from their point of view, even if it could be, perceived as misaligned or not clear? Like, how do you navigate that situation?
Well, I think that's just way too abstract. I think it's like in a personal relationship you have with another person, we're talking about that. I'm not talking about something abstract like Trump shooters. So,
Okay.
do you think it makes any sense? Say, like, you have a relationship with, what's the name of that girl? Oh, yeah. That one over there, yeah. Do you love her from her point of view?
I do my best in most experiences to be open to that idea and to look at it from that perspective.
Well, I think that's your perspective too. In other words,
Sure.
you want it be to love someone from your point of view would be selfish. You have to see what do you think, what do they need, what makes them happy, and you love them in that way. You think she does that with you?
Did you ask if that's what I think she does with me?
Okay. Yes, that's what he asked you.
Yes. So I guess a question that I could ask in regards, yeah. If there is a one word or one sentence answer to this, what is the best way for me to love you from your point of view?
Love me? Best way to love me from my point of view is to love yourself and give love to everybody in your life.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Karuna, what about you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I had a question about that also, so it's perfect that you answered that way, I'm writing it down. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That girl over there, Sandra was talking about. You have someone you want to talk about?
Yes.
Okay.
So, with the reality that we're living in being all mind, and at some points in my life, I have thought some things were healthy for me that later I had the thought that they weren't, and then sometimes I went back to thinking they were healthy again. And I'm just kind of seeing there is no like complete map or guidebook to reality or what's good or what's wrong. Do you have anything to say on like that idea of health and the pursuit of health / us not having an ultimate truth as to the map for what is healthy and what's not?
You mean what's healthy for ourselves or for anybody? Or?
Yeah, like you'll hear one thing is healthy and then you'll hear someone else say it's not. Or like someone will be doing something that's healthy for them, but then they'll still end up in a car accident or go to the hospital for the same very reason of them doing something that's healthy for them.
One of my favorite quotes of Philip Jose Farmer is, one person's nightmare is another person's wet dream.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
think you gotta listen, and if you go against your gut feeling, that's gonna be unhealthy for you in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing could come up later, and if the gut feels good, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Just present moment to moment. Yeah.
And it could last a period of time, whatever the healthy habit is, if it's to be repeated.
Mm-hmm.
It could last for a period of time, and then at some point it might feel like it's constricting. And you need to let that go and let something else come in or let a different experience come in.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff Buddy, you in the kitchen?
Yep.
You have anything you want to talk about? Good.
We did that in the therapy session. Force breath.
Clint, I'm gonna ship your shoes tomorrow. Do-do-do. Thank you, Issa, for sending me Instagram reels about people doing floating sound baths until we finally did one. Because now, a year later,
You're sensational.
it's becoming, people love it, and we gave a double header this weekend. There were 2 back-to-back, and on the second night, a lot of the people that were there were retreat hosts, and they gave us a lot of ideas on how we could go on tour with this, or how we could just at least bring it to every pool in San Diego, like resorts and stuff. And I feel really excited. And thank you for putting energy in that direction until I went through enough resistance and just figured out how to do it and just did it.
And thank me for getting out those samples.
And thank you all. Yeah. Oh, yes.
I have no idea why I'm getting them.
A ridiculous amount of sound bowls.
Ridiculous amount that nobody needs. Some might say. They're all unique beings.
Go ask Pierre if he has anything wants to talk
Okay.
about. Did he indicate the?
Yeah, he's in there talking to Taraj.
He and Taraj are having a conversation.
Well, ask them both if there's a,
Okay.
they'd like to share what they're talking about.
Okay.
Who is Daraj?
Romana, what do you want to talk about tonight?
She asked the question, who is Taraj? And Taraj is a didgeridoo student of Dustin's. That's how we met him.
Oh,
And then he came to one of my classes that Dustin and Shantaya were attending. And now he comes on his own. So they're not here, but he came to class tonight. And
He also came to our floating sound bath.
and he went to your
And
floating
he brought a
sound bath.
friend.
He brought a friend, cool.
And he came to Shaken His workshop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So he asked me, maybe the first day he was here, how do I become a part of this? And I said, just come.
Come to things.
Just come. He's like, great.
Well, that's awesome.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
The friend that he brought was from the Milky Way, the outer skirts of the Milky Way.
Oh, yeah. We asked everybody where they were from at the floating sound bath in our opening circle. And
From what?
Taraj's
Taraj's
friend said he was from the Milky Way galaxy.
sounds like a good sound to have.
Yeah, that's true. You like the lamb burger?
Yeah, it's almost gone.
And it had raw cheese
Mm-hmm.
and a little sour cream. It was pretty good.
Pretty
Well,
healthy
much
all
you
things considered.
I guess it's your turn.
All right. Shiva's
Shiva.
turn. I am Shiva's
Shiva.
representative. And my name is Richard, don't you know?
Martha, did you have something else you want to talk about?
No, I didn't have anything else.
Oh. Number 44. When in such embrace, your senses are shaken as leaves. Enter this shaking. When in such embrace, your senses are shaken as leaves. Enter this shaking.
Senses or sensors?
Senses, your senses. Shaking. Enter the shaking.
So simple and profound.
Well, Clint, I guess it's your turn.
Did everyone know it is, oh, sorry, I'm gonna butt in. Did everybody know it's Mary Magdalene Feast Day today, the 22nd?
Yes. No.
Mary Magdalene's what day?
Feast,
Feast.
feast. Make a feast in her honor and be nourished by that prasad. That's how I think of it. Whatever you
Okay.
eat today, take it in as her love and her understanding. It was downloaded to her very real experience of Christ's light and Christ's love.
Thank you.
Clint.
What about Mershiva?
I did the Shiva. You want me to read it again?
You have to blank out.
For you, Clint,
You
I'll
read it
read it
twice.
again.
Yeah, could you do it again real quick?
It's a beauty. Number 44. When in such embrace your senses are shaken as leaves, enter this shaking. When in such embrace your senses are shaken as leaves, enter this shaking.
Everything he's talking about is passing through activity and is generated from mind into the silence or into the center of that activity. All right,
Right?
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Mine too.
Hi.
Hi.
Right?
Hi.
Hi.
Computer. Turn off.